Hey guys, YouTube War 100 here, and I just decided to put this kind of interesting video together. This is gonna be a list of 10 films that critics don't like, but audiences do. Yeah, because, yeah, you may have seen, and if you watch critic reviews or whatever, that sometimes critics can really give really some thumbs down to movies that really, I'm sure, a lot of you like, and just regular audi movie audiences just like in general, and you're just thinking the critics are morons or whatever, ever for actually saying that that movie is bad. So yeah, and this is just gonna be a list that I came up with of just 10 films that aren't liked by critics but seem to be loved by audiences. Yeah. So this is just kind of based on reviews from people like Siskel and Ebert, and some also reviews of the Nostalgia Critic, and also some of the scores that I found on Rotten Tomatoes for the movies that are on this list. So yeah, and if there are any movies that you think you can think of that aren't liked by critics but are loved by audiences, you can leave them in the comments if you'd like, because yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't just, there aren't just 10 movies that aren't liked by critics but are loved by audiences. Yeah, there are obviously a lot more. So yeah, any movies that aren't on this list and you know that aren't liked by critics but are loved by audiences, you can just leave them in the comments. Alright, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, let me get started with top this 10 movies that aren't liked by critics but are loved by audiences list. Alright. Alright, so number 10 on the list is Space Jam. Yeah, so I looked this up on Rotten Tomatoes, and yeah, it kind of has a relatively poor critic reception, but it does seem to have a pretty positive audience reception. And yeah, and I watched this movie a lot when I was a kid, and I really did like it a lot, and I still do like it now. I mean, I really just do like this movie. I mean, just Looney Tunes and Michael Jordan together. I mean, yeah, I really did like this movie, and I just really like all the other people that are in it. I mean, it has other NBA stars like Charles Barkley and Muggsy Bogues, Sean Bradley, Patrick Ewing, Larry Johnson, and even Larry Bird's in it. Yeah, and also some other actual NBA players, like people from just a bunch of teams. I can't even name all of them, like Phoenix Suns and Los Angeles Lakers, and yeah, just New York Knicks and a bunch of other teams too. Yeah, yeah, and I also think it does have a pretty good blend of live action and animation. Yeah, so yeah, but yeah, audiences really saw. I did like this movie, but it seems to not be liked by a lot of critics. I mean, including the Nostalgia Critic review. I mean, he just pretty much blew up on this movie. He really doesn't like it a lot, but yeah, a lot of other audiences do, and including myself. So yeah, yeah, I don't really want to spend too much time on but yeah, audiences really do like this movie. So yeah, number 10 on the list is Space Jam. All right. Number 9 is Good Burger. So this is another one that kind of has a relatively poor critical reception, including I saw the Siskel and Ebert review of this movie where they both really say it's not very good, and Nostalgia Critic hates it. But yeah, audiences really do like it a lot. I mean, this is really a kid's movie. I mean, it is a Nickelodeon movie after all, and yeah, I really did like watching this growing up too. I mean, I watched it a lot with my brother growing up. We really loved the movie, and yeah, we still even like watching it now. I mean, yeah, yeah, when me and my brother were little kids, I mean, this was one of the movies that we always watch. I mean, we watch stuff like this, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, Toy Story, and some other movies growing up a lot too. And yeah, we really did like watching this a lot. I mean, this was just a great movie, and we also reenacted some of the scenes from the movie. And yeah, I mean, we just really did love this movie a lot growing up. And yeah, other audiences really liked it too. I mean, know I've seen a lot of people that really just really do love this movie. I mean, some people have even said it's probably Nickelodeon's best movie ever. Ever, and yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, it just really is generally liked by audiences a lot. But yeah, it just seems to not have the touch with some critics. Well, a lot of critics, I should say, yeah, like Siskel and Ebert, like Nostalgia Critic, and some other critics as well. So yeah, but yeah, I really do enjoy it a lot, and audiences really do enjoy it too. So yeah, it's just, yeah, I really just don't, I can't see why they just don't like this movie. I mean, is it just because it's for kids and they just can't get into it? I don't know, but yeah, it is. It really is liked by audiences a lot, and yeah, people really would consider this good. So yeah, number 9 is Good Burger. Number 8 on the list is the Saw movies, just all of them, really. Yeah, I've seen on Rotten Tomatoes, I mean, every single film has had an extremely low critical reception to it, but it seems to have a really high audience reception. Well, most of them do anyway. I saw like the second movie and fifth and sixth really didn't like have like as good of an audience reception. I'm sure, but it still wasn't like extremely low like the critical percentages were. I mean, yeah, I mean, I actually haven't seen any of the Saw movies before, or so yeah, I can't really give too many too much comment on this one. But yeah, audiences really do in general like it, and yeah, I've heard people say that they really do love watching the Saw movies a lot. And so yeah, but for some reason they just really are really despised by critics. So yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, haven't seen any of them, so I can't give a comment too much. But yeah, audiences really have liked these movies growing up. I mean, growing up, yeah, not growing up. I mean, yeah, I mean, you really expect little kids to see stuff like this, so yeah, just liked by audiences. So yeah, not growing up, just by audiences. So yeah, number 8 is the Saw movies, alright. Number 7 is the 2007 Transformers movie. So yeah, yeah, uh, I can guess I can see why critics may not really like the movie. I mean, I went to see it in the theaters, and really, I just really didn't like it very much either. I mean, I just really, it wasn't really necessarily bad. Just it just seemed really boring to me, and it was it just seemed way too long for me. I mean, it was like a nearly 3-hour movie, and I just really didn't think it needed to be that long. There were like a bunch of parts in this where I thought the movie was going to end. And then I just really didn't think it needed to be that long. But yeah, a lot of other audiences really liked it. I mean, I was always hearing people saying that this was they thought that it was a really great movie. And yeah, people have also said it about the third movie also. But I looked on Rotten Tomatoes, it doesn't have like a really high audience reception like the first movie did. And yeah, I think, and yeah, I've just heard a bunch of people say the second one just blew. But yeah, the first one really does seem to have a really big audience reception. Yeah, even though it's not really liked by me, it still is liked a lot by a lot of other people. And yeah, it really, yeah, I guess maybe just because I really didn't watch a lot of Transformers growing up, so I didn't really know or care about the story for it. But yeah, but maybe it's just the people that have seen this movie are just like they grew up with Transformers and they just really love it. And yeah, it was maybe close to the story. I don't know. Didn't really see much of the any of the show growing up really. But yeah, maybe I'm just missing it, and maybe the actual loyal fans of the original show maybe did like the story for this and it was true to the show. I don't know, but yeah, it does have a relatively high audience reception. So yeah, number 7 is the Transformers movie. Alright, number 6 is Spaceballs. This is another one where I haven't really like seen a lot of it. I've seen like a little bit of it, but just not a lot of it. And yeah, I saw this like there's a huge difference here between the critical and audience reception. I mean, I remember like the critic perception was like in the like 40 something percent, and the audience reception was like 80 something percent. I mean, yeah, it was a huge difference, and yeah, people really seem to really like this movie. Audiences seem to like it a lot. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe I need to see the full yeah, I know that I really have to see the full thing to have an actual opinion of it, so yeah, I really can't say a lot about it, but yeah, yeah, I think, yeah, audiences in general seem to really like or even love this movie, but yeah, apparently it didn't do very well with critics, but yeah, I just gotta see the entire movie to give an actual opinion of it, but yeah. Number 6 is Spaceballs, alright? Number 5 is the very first Jackass movie from 2002. Yeah, so the other two movies seem to have like a really good reception with critics, but apparently the first one doesn't. Don't really know why. Yeah, I mean, I've seen all three movies, and I think this one is just as good as the other two. I mean, yeah, I mean, this just has just as much as funny and yeah, funny and horrific stunts and stuff. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think they took just as much risk in this one as they did in the other two. Who? So yeah, maybe one of the reasons why critics really don't like it is just because it just seems like maybe just an an extended episode of the TV show. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you've seen this movie, I mean, this is basically just looks exactly like how the TV show does, while the other two movies they actually do look like real movies, and yeah, but yeah, I still think that this is just as funny and risky as the other two movies are. And yeah, yeah, I'm puzzled why critics don't like this movie very much, but yeah, it is still a really good movie. So yeah, number 5 is the Jackass movie. Number 4 are Adam Sandler movies. Just not really one, just Adam Sandler movies in general. I mean, yeah, talking stuff like Billy Madison, Big Daddy, Mr. Deeds, Anger Management, Click, just yeah, the list could go on and on of Adam Sandler movies that critics don't like. I really don't understand what critics have against Adam Sandler. I mean, I've heard some critics say he's bad at acting. I mean, how is he bad at acting? I mean, he's hilarious. He does a great job in the movies. Oh yeah, yeah, and like probably I should mention like maybe The Longest Yard in the list also. I mean, yeah, I said Adam Sandler movies in general, but yeah, I guess I should give that one a mention too. So, yeah, the movies like that, I mean, I watch a lot of these movies a lot. I mean, like Big Daddy, like Mr. Deeds, Anger Management, I mean, Click. Yeah, I mean, I watch these movies like all the time, and I just can't see why critics really wouldn't like these movies. I mean, these are funny movies and they're really entertaining. And yeah, Adam Sandler, he's really an entertaining actor. I mean, he's not a bad actor at all. I don't understand what people have against him. And yeah, but he really does a great job in movies like this. Yeah, I mean, the only movie that I found on Rotten Tomatoes that kind of has a positive reception is Happy Gilmore. I mean, that's the only Adam Sandler movie I saw on Rotten Tomatoes that really is has a pretty good critical reception. Yeah, but every other movie I just saw found as a really low one, and I don't understand why. I mean, yeah. Now, if it's you're talking about like you don't mess with the Zohan, then I can understand that. I mean, yeah, that movie I saw it, and yeah, and that movie on Rotten Tomatoes it does have a really low critic and audience reception both. So yeah, I can see why that movie's not liked by critics. But yeah, everything else that I said, I mean, those really are good movies, and yeah, I really don't see why critics wouldn't like them. But yeah, yeah, I just yeah, Adam Sandler movies are good, and I don't know what critics have against them. But yeah, number 4 is Adam Sandler movies. Alright. Number 3 is Hook. This one, Nostalgia Critic said in his review that people either love or hate it, and if you've seen it, you can kind of see why people love it or hate it. But yeah, I really do love the movie, and yeah, it is really one of my favorite Steven Spielberg movies of all time. I really say it's probably one of Steven Spielberg's top 5 best movies. I mean, I would say so. I mean, Hook is really a great movie, and it has such a low critical reception. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't understand that. I mean, it's, I just can't understand why Hook has a low critical reception. I mean, the critics actually gave like the 2003 Peter Pan movie a really good reception, and they said they liked it. I hated that and yeah, Hulk was so much better than the 2003 Peter Pan movie. I mean, 2003 Peter Pan movie I say is total crap. I mean, I just hate the movie, and yeah, this Hulk is way better than that movie, and and yeah, I don't understand why this has such a low critical reception. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think I saw on Rotten Tomatoes this is like 80% for audiences. And yeah, like I said, this is really one of my favorite Steven Spielberg movies of all time, and I really do love it. And I just don't, I can't understand why critics don't like this movie. I mean, why wouldn't they like it? What is there not to like about it? I'm just really puzzled by that one. So yeah, I could probably just ask a ton of questions about critics not liking it, but yeah, alright. So number 3 is Hook. Number 2 is the first two Home Alone movies. Okay, now here you might want to excuse me because I might be lashing out here because I'm just total puzzled and I don't understand this at all. This is specifically for Siskel and Ebert. They didn't like this movie. They didn't like the two movies, yeah. And then, yeah, they just say like they don't like the story of it. And Roger Ebert, he said that the first movie was really unrealistic, and it just lost his interest. And yeah, they also gave the second movie the thumbs down. But oh my goodness, when it came to Home Alone 3, Siskel still said that he didn't. Gene Siskel still said that he didn't like it, and he thought it was really the worst one. But Roger Ebert, oh my goodness. Roger Ebert actually said that he thought Home Alone 3 was better than the first two. Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah, if any of you have like the VHS or DVD, you may see on the case for it, there's the quote from Roger Ebert that it's better than the first two. It's a load of BS, okay? He said that the first movie was unrealistic. The third one should seem even more unrealistic, okay? Because it's basically like the same exact story as the first, only they're like the kid is sick. Alex is sick in the movie, so this that would make him even like more unable to do the traps and stuff. And he takes out more people. I mean, first two Home Alone movies, it was only Harry and Marv, two of them. In the third movie, there are 4 people he has to deal with. All right, so yeah, I know Roger Ebert is dead, but really, he should know. I mean, well, no. If he said that the first movie was totally unrealistic, this one should even seem even more unrealistic, and it's absolutely ridiculous that he thought that Home Alone 3 was better than the first two. It was total crap, and yeah, I'll post the links to the Siskel and Ebert reviews of Home Alone 1 and then Home Alone 3, where Roger Ebert actually said he thought it was better than the first two, so you can see for yourself. And yeah, in the Home Alone 3 review, Gene Siskel even like said that he was totally wrong, and yeah, he is wrong. All right, because it is not better than the first two, and yeah, first two movies were really good. Yeah, like you heard me say in my Home Alone 2 review, I'd say it's definitely better than the first one, and yeah, Home Alone 3 it is not better than the first two. So yeah, with all due respect to Roger Ebert's soul, quite frankly, when it comes to that, he was an idiot. But yeah, okay, so yeah, okay. Alright, so anyway, back to this, yeah, so yeah, but yeah, even the first Home Alone, yeah, it spent like 12 weeks at the top of the box office charts, and it was still in the top 10 in like the summer of 1991. Um, so yeah, I mean, and it did that well with audiences, but critics didn't like it. So yeah, it's just all. This also leaves me puzzled. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, okay. So yeah, number 2 was the first two Home Alone movies. And the number one movie that is not liked by critics but loved by audiences is Rocky 4. I don't understand. Why why would this one not be real liked by critics? I mean, if you go to Rotten Tomatoes, I mean, when it comes to the first three Rocky movies, they all have really like positive critical reception, but this one just really dropped down the critic reception a lot. I mean, yeah, it's the critical reception for Rocky 4 on Rotten Tomatoes is like 40 something percent. I don't understand. I mean, this Rocky movie, this was the most financially successful Rocky movie, yeah, and it's the most financially successful Rocky movie of all time. And yeah, this is my favorite Rocky movie of all time. And yeah, and yet it really is not liked by critics. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, I know. I actually did think Rocky 5 was also pretty good, but apparently both critics and audiences really thought it was kind of a stinker. But I really like that one a lot. But yeah, audiences still really did like Rocky 4 a lot, and but apparently critics just, yeah, that's why only Rocky 4 is in the number one spot. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it does have its share of problems, like the ending isn't very believable, and yeah, it is kind of corny, but yeah, it is still a really good movie, and yeah, it just kind of leaves me really like speechless, like kind of like puzzled and really confused, really, on why critics wouldn't like this movie. I mean, it does have its problems, yes, but yeah, they the other Rocky movies weren't really perfect either. I mean, they all had their flaws, but yeah, this one and was the one that really critics really had kind of like turned around on the Rocky movies, because yeah, this one really didn't do very well with critics, and yeah, the fifth one did even worse with critics and audiences both. But yeah, like I said, this is the most financially successful Rocky movie of all time, and it's my favorite Rocky movie of all time. And yeah, I just really don't understand why critics don't like this movie, but yeah, I don't think I ever will understand it. But yeah, alright, so yeah, number one is Rocky 4. And so yeah, there you go. There's my list of the 10 movies that critics don't like but audiences do. I hope you guys enjoyed this list, and maybe I might do another video, kind of like doing the opposite, where I make a video of listing 10 films that audiences don't like but critics overall do. So yeah, I might make that video too. I don't know if I will for sure or not, but yeah, a video of that subject may be coming up sometime. So yeah, so yeah, like I said, might make a video about that. I don't know, but yeah, so yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.